Yes, you gave him some sauce now. You gave him some sauce. You gave him some sauce, but I am truly like more than just the labels and just this shell that we're in. I'm so tapped in spiritually because I understand, man, I understand the deeper passionate of where everything lies. Like just getting to know the spiritual life is like where it's at for real, for real. So now it makes me not be so phased off of what's going on outside of myself. So I have just been working on the inner work. I've been working on the mind because realizing that everything is in the mind. So once you shift your mind, anything is possible. So I understand that we are just limitless. We are unstoppable. And truly, I am the creator of my own reality. And nobody is going to dim this light over here. You feel me?
Let's go.
Come on, speak that to existence. I love it.
Just saying.
I love it because words are so powerful. Words are so powerful, and you know best how reading is just makes you just can articulate your words better. It helps your mindset. It helps your brain because I don't watch television because it tells lies to the vision. So I try my best to just focus on self-development as possible. So I wrote this during quarantine. I felt like quarantine is a blessing in disguise if you used it wisely. Yes. During quarantine, I always had this message and this knowledge in my heart, but of course, you can either just dribble or you can shoot. The ball is in your court. So I decided to shoot during quarantine. And we not missing. The creative process came about when I just started doing the knowledge of myself. I have been doing the inner work for about 5 years, just strictly focused on my mindset. First, it started physically, then it started mentally, emotionally, and now we are in the chapter of spiritually. So now I'm learning about just different factors because realizing that we are spiritual beings having this human experience and we can't be afraid of death. And that's how society has manipulated us to be zombies out here because now we are fearing death when that's truly a mission complete. I feel like that's a celebration, but they got us making it seem like we're supposed to be sad when somebody goes to the next level when really they're just becoming more and more of who their spirit was called to be.
Yep.
So that's just the simple fact of, and then realizing that with self-love, everything starts with you. If you want to have healthy relationships, healthy business partnerships, you have to study you first. But of course, we live in society where they feel like we have to chase outside of ourselves. We have to get into a relationship to be complete when reality, we are already complete beings. We are already whole. And they make it seem like if you are working on yourself or you're single, that's just a negative connotation when really ain't nothing wrong with realizing who you are. Some people really came here to just do some self-realization out here. You feel me? And there's nothing wrong with just loving yourself because now you're going to be a better person for everybody else in your life. So we was talking self-love manual just about just knowing yourself, loving yourself, and tools to maneuver in this life so you can tap into your spiritual gifts because I feel like we all have gifts and let's monetize it. Influence the world with who you are as a spiritual being. Take the Lead podcast is giving everyone tools and tricks and life lessons on how to stay on your P's and Q's out here because we all are leaders. Rather you leading your household, you leading your work environment, or you leading yourself. But leadership is the number one skill we have to have, and also self-development. I feel like once we develop oneself, then we are going to be able to maneuver in this matrix, in this field, so much better. So we have to just focus on our mental. Like, the mind is everything, and we cannot take that for granted. I understand that we trying to buy fancy this, fancy that, but what's the point if you got a poor peace of mind? So let's develop our mindset, so now we understand we are already wealthy within, we are already enough within, and nobody can tell us nothing. That was deep. Everything is a mirror, and you can't take it personal out here. That's what I realized first and foremost. When someone is offended by me, or someone is taking their anger out on me, is something within themselves that they have to fix. It's a trigger that went off, and now they trying to manipulate me to get on their level.
Cause your energy scream authenticity, like just it screams like
Thank
this
you.
is me. This can be you too, but this is me.
Man, and I truly encourage people to just be themselves. Like, all I try to do is just be me and lead by example. I'm not trying to tell people what to do. That's why it's called take the lead. You take the lead on your life. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm trying to point you in the right direction so you can fish yourself. I'm not trying to fish for you. I'm not trying to do anything for you, because we have to be the master of our reality. We have to stop being slaves out here mentally in order to get this game going. Yes, yes. And once you take time to do the inner work within yourself, now you're not going to have no hate in your heart. It's not going to be jealousy. You are going to cheer other people on. You're going to retweet. You're going to like. You're going to comment. You're going to share, because you are in your own lane. You are minding your business, and now you are so happy for other people because they are winning in their life too, because we can all win.
Everybody win. Everybody eat.
Everybody eat. So the simple fact that we out here envious, being envious towards people with material wealth or material riches, is just beyond me, because I be thinking about how it truly, money does not impress me whatsoever. Money does not impress me, because I truly cannot take it with us. But the way they got this life set up for us to be bumping into each other, to be in a rat race, and to make it seem like somebody is better than me because they got a few more coins in their bank account, is just such a low frequency to be on. Because I feel like if you are filling yourself up spiritually, mentally, and emotionally,
You and your thoughts.
oh, wow, it's you versus you.
That's it.
You are blocking your own blessings. You are standing in your own way. And once you get out of your own way and just shift your mindset to affirm your belief system, I believe that we are enough. Like, I believe that I can accomplish anything I set my heart to, or I put my mind to it. And once you realize that we already have all the answers, we already equipped for this mission that God has placed within us, now we are going to be able to stay in our lane and be more clear. It's all about having clarity about your vision. But if you don't know what you're supposed to be doing in this life, now you're gonna be in everybody's way, bumping into everybody, feeling some type of way, because you don't know yourself, you don't know your mission, you don't know your purpose. So now you just aimlessly wandering around hating on everybody at all. That's the truth, because society has like programmed us to truly dumb down, to truly not tap into our spiritual powers and our spiritual gifts. That's why they got us in school systems. They got us just following these guidelines. They will call you a conspiracy theorist or you a rebel when you don't follow the certain guidelines that one's puts on you. So you have to take time to figure out who you are. And I believe that our purposes can change along the journey.
Yeah, multiple ones.
Yes, because I felt like before I moved down to Atlanta, I was so interested in acting. Now, doing that, realizing more and more who I am as a person, I like to write. So we have to be able to just learn more and more about ourselves and not put a cap on our gifts. Oh, I realized that we have like so much in us to last us like 500 like lifetimes. It's like it's such a like extra number, but we have so much in us to last us like multiple lives after this. So to limit ourselves is truly just such a low frequency to be on. And that's why I can never relate to people that be claiming that they be bored by themselves. That tells me that oh my God, that tells me all I need to know when people tell me that they be bored by themselves because they got so much work to do. It's so much growth, it's so much knowledge out there. And I'm not talking about this social media knowledge because that's just sometimes too much information, but to just sit with yourself and just calculate your steps and calculate your thoughts, like not having nobody in your ear is just such a powerful field to be in.
It's a one-on-one relationship.
A one-on-one relationship, and that's how your discernment is going to increase too. I believe we all have intuitions, and it's going to be
100%.
yes, it's going to be stronger when you have that one-on-one time with yourself.
100%. I know you really embody self-love and being your best self. How did this mindset come about?
This mindset come about dealing with broken relationships, broken friendships, broken family issues. So learning more and more about depending on someone is very dangerous.
Yeah,
Putting all your feelings towards somebody else, so now you can't breathe without this person if they're not in your life. Like you're putting on their oxygen mask before you put it on yourself. It's doing a disservice toward yourself.
yes.
And they just set this game up so fluke because they set you up to fail, because in high school and school, they have these little made up relationships, like you got to have a little boyfriend and you got to have a little girlfriend, you feel me, to do this school life with and just to be happy. Like that's what a lot of people feel, like you need somebody else in order to be happy. But don't get me wrong, we do need this connection, we do need these type of people, but we do not need to be dependent on somebody else so they can fill us up. But we have to first fill ourselves up, because now we are going to be more appreciative in other people in our lives because we know ourselves. So I just realized that I first have to fill myself up. I first have to get myself up to a healthy stance in life, because let's be real, we all broken. We all damaged in some capacity. So let's work on you for a season. It's okay to work on you for a season. It's okay to love on you for a season. It's okay to tell yourself you proud of you. It's okay to spend time with you. So I wanted to normalize that. I wanted to really truly start a whole movement out here to be like, it's no shame in just choosing you, because you see this glow, it's internal, and now you can see it, and it radiates externally because it started internally. So that movement really wanted to just help our men, help our ladies, because they did not teach us this in school, man. It's crazy how our childhood and our parents can truly play such a huge role in our adult life. Like, I really believe it really is based on how you are raised.
Yes, 100%.
So I was so fortunate to be raised by a two-family household. So that's why I love me a Black woman. I love me a Black man, because I realized the masculine and feminine energy, it dominates together. It's so necessary to have it. And that's why I also feel like my mindset is truly impactful, because I have a father that's very active in my life and taught me love. Like, he was my first love. So realizing I'm not feeling a void from having daddy issues out here is truly can play a huge role in a lot of women's life, because that's why you can see they can be making poor decisions if they had an absent father. Man, that's why I just be trying to preach like black love and unity. Like, we have to truly stop normalizing having kids out of wedlock, honestly, because they need the man and they need the woman. They need mommy and daddy together. You feel me? And if you were able to lay down with her and have a child with her, you can marry her. So let's normalize marriage, because I don't understand why we taking this so lightly. We creating a whole nother human, and then it ends up damaging their lives. You feel me? Like, just how we talking about this shadow work, it's really based off of your parents' relationship with you. So if mommy and daddy is absent from your life for real, they physically there but they're mentally absent, it's going to affect the child long term. So we can't just think about ourselves and our own pleasure and our own lust that we trying to get off. We have to think logically and long term, because it's gonna affect the black child at the end of the day, and that's all I care about. You feel me?
Come on, now. you talking that talk, man.
Oh man, quarantine. I feel like I mean, it was already coming out, you feel me? But I think our powers really got activated the 21st. And I believe if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. So God has been preparing me for quarantine, because I've been doing quarantine for about 3 years now. I've been stacking up money for about 3 years now. I've been stacking up. I've been mentally getting prepared, physically getting prepared. So then when the world got involved trying to tell us what to do and get on lockdown, I was not fazed, because nothing but positivity came out of this whole situation for me. And that's when I realized, wow, I am the creator of my life. I control my destiny. And I believe that when I was just talking about Take the Lead podcast, about just taking control of your life. Like, you have to make the decisions. You have to make the best decisions for you long term. So I just been making the best and most wisest decisions for myself since 2018. And now realizing this has just amplified, like, oh snap, I am the creator of my life. I am able to live a happy life because I have created an attitude of abundance to be happy no matter what. Nothing, whether it's raining, it's snowing, or what, I'm still gonna have a good day. Because I know you notice if the weather is not the way it should be, people are affected by that. But me, you feel me? But me, on the other hand, I'm still gonna shine. Rather it's snow, sleet, rain, hell, anyway, it's not gonna affect my reality. And just knowing that our powers can truly like make this journey so much more blissful. And that's what I appreciate so much, is the journey, not the destination.
The journey is the now moment.
Ooh, come on, talk to him. Yes, and if you can delay gratification, I realize that's how you're going to be successful. I learned about the experiment with the kids about the mushroom, not the mushrooms, the marshmallows.
I love my mushrooms now. I love my
Me too. But yo, I was about the marshmallows, and the kids that ended up delaying their marshmallows really turned out to be successful in the end. So if you don't get the applause right now, if you don't get the likes right now, because that sometimes symbolizes people's self-worth. People feel like if they don't get the certain amount of gratification that their heart desires, now they feel like they're a failure. Not at all. I feel like people are watching and they are just not clapping because they did not have enough courage to step into their power like you stepping into.
Damn, that's a great ass perspective. That was a message for me. Damn, that was true.
For real. Hey, trust me, they watching, they peeping, but they just don't have the courage. They still standing in their own way, and they don't believe in themselves enough. So just keep believing in yourself and knowing that you can achieve anything, and enjoy the, how you said, enjoy enjoy the process. Don't focus on the destination. I feel like the destination is when we meet with the Lord. What are you willing to sacrifice in 2021 to get to your goals in life? I feel like in order to achieve what your heart desires, you're going to have to give up some type of fleshly desires that's holding you back. Rather you clubbing, rather you smoking, rather you hey, they still be clubbing in Atlanta now. They still clubbing in Atlanta. And that's why this is not a coincidence how this whole shift is happening and a lot of things are shutting down. Rather, you can't really go out to eat like that. You can't smoke like that. For real, just what are you willing to give up so now you can just achieve your level of success? Because a lot of things are distractions. So once we understand that these vices can be distractions to delay your success, then we are going to be easily to stop doing it. It's truly mind over matter. A lot of people can just stop smoking in an instant if they truly believe in their power of themselves. How are you letting a cigarette control you? And that's the thing. If you have no self-control, you are going to truly fall every time.
Yeah, there you are.
Because it's truly mind over matter. And that's what I realized. Like, a little cigarette should not just manipulate you that hard that you can't even like survive and truly like have a have a productive day. And the fact that people be smoking cigarettes with a mask on is beyond me. You feel me? It's like you just.
I already can't breathe in that bitch. Now I gotta get the smoke in that.
Man, they got the mask on their chin and still smoking a cigarette. Like, I'm like, it just doesn't make sense. It's like little things like that, how a lot of things are distractions. Whether you are gonna eat fast food, I mean, you're truly committing suicide slowly to yourself. So be aware of these suicidal vices that you are killing yourself with. I love how you said about the journey is being in the present state. And that is truly what mindfulness is just appreciating this moment. How we started off our podcast, just appreciating each other. Like, we have to appreciate every single interaction, every moment, opportunity, obstacle that we're feeling, that we're in right now, and be aware of our feelings. I feel like that's emotional intelligence, and you're able to feel any type of feelings that you feel, but be the master of that seed. So sit with it and oversee these feelings so they don't control you. So having the mindfulness of controlling your thoughts, controlling how you feel, controlling how you interact and speak to yourself and others will truly affect your life in a positive way. I believe that. I was familiar with a lot of answers of being within ourselves. Like, we have all the answers within from the get-go. And I noticed, because I don't play games, so I noticed I noticed just the mind games people play, the relationships games people play. So as everybody is playing in this game right now, I'm sitting on the sidelines just watching it, honestly, being a coach out here, just watching how everybody they missing their shots, they throwing air balls, they double dribbling, they fouling on everybody, and now they truly looking like clowns out here. And just because they're not making wise and responsible decisions, I really feel like it's no right or wrong way to live life, but it is going to have repercussions in the end if you don't look out for your future self in the long term. So having this intuition in my heart and in my gut, I truly can believe, like I can tell, like when a lot of things just not gonna work out. When a lot of people, you can really like read in people's eyes. Yes, you can feel it, and especially with relationships, because I feel like relationships are how the world goes round. So I love relationship coaching because I can see when people are not truly happy. I can see when it's being forced. I can see right between the lies, especially on the display on social networks. So
yeah, big facts.
seeing how they're just doing this relationships wrong, honestly, like, because you're getting involved off of lust, you're getting involved in just being physical with one another, and now you bringing a seed up in here, and now it truly affects the child long terms. And a lot of people don't end up being together when they bring a third entity, because they realize, wow, we did this the wrong way, we could have took it slowly, we could have truly been friends. It's so much power in just being friends with someone you want to marry with. But of course, they got us playing ourselves, they got us playing girlfriend, playing wife, being a whole girlfriend. And I'd be like, and I'm the see, and this is me just being rebellious, be like, who the heck made up the title girlfriend? Everything is man-made, so I just don't follow these rules and regulations that another person made up, and I question everything. So gotta question everything. And I just feel like, just in my spirit is truly just to share this truth and be, how you said, be the mirror for somebody else. And a lot of people can't see their own self and how they look outwardly to the world. So a lot of people are in a blind spot, not being aware of how they're being perceived and how they are looking out this world. So I think we need people who have truly mastered and still mastering their own lives to help other people. If I have done this work, I truly took so much time to study me, to love on me, so I can truly help other young men and young women so they don't make the same mistakes and keep making these mistakes that they just falling for. They falling for the okie doke. So I had to take time for myself to do that.
And like, laughter truly is the best medicine, man.
And that's what we have to get to, our childlike faith. Like, we have to continue with our imagination of being childlike. And I don't think it's childish. Of course, that's what society has programmed us, if we are just bubbly and happy. Because
we still the kids we used to be.
I'm telling you, I feel like our inner child is still in us. Like, it didn't just go away. Like, tap into it. That's how you going to. Hey, I feel like I'm an old soul because I have a young spirit.
Yeah, big fact. I definitely feel that. I definitely feel
that. That's a mind blown. You can be an old soul with a young spirit.
Been in this matrix too many times. I know all the ins and outs.
Oh yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna get it right this time, so I don't have to ever come back here again.
Right. Hey, I'll feel you on that. I'm on the same thing. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was like, that's exactly why I believe in just being righteous. Yes, and it's like really beautiful when the veil is opening and our vision is getting clearer. And I love that our people is becoming more awakened. Now it's truly just about us just being independent as well. How you said the real power is love and unity. So once we realize that, we we really need each other out here. Like
We do.
we don't need nobody else trying to get in our way, and we don't need. I'm sorry.
We don't. No, go ahead.
Yeah, we just don't need nobody to get in our way, and don't need to depend on anybody outside of ourselves. Do it scared, do it afraid, do it when your voice is shaking, do it small. Start now. Start with what you got, where you at, with who you with. I feel like the best way to just begin the process is not overthinking it. Don't feel like you got to make an excuse like, oh, I need this equipment, I need to do this, I need to do that. Absolutely. You feel me? Absolutely not. Start with what you got. We have a phone that we can make money off of. So it's truly about being aware of the powers that we have within. And I feel like you are one Google search away from starting your dream. So you just have to Google, you have to truly turn off Netflix, turn off the distraction, turn away and start saying no to things that doesn't align with your purpose. You got to start moving different. You're going to have to cut a lot of people off because a lot of people ain't meant to go with you on the next journey, and you got to be okay with letting go. Because how is God is gonna bless you if you still holding on to things that's hurting you?
Come on, nah, that's that damn weight, that baggage.
That baggage, that's gonna hold you down and hold you back. And you could have gone to your journey much more quickly if you just are obedient. You have to listen to the signs. Like, don't ignore the red flag. I truly believe if someone shows you their true colors the first time, believe them. Don't let them hurt you twice now. Don't let them hurt you twice. Right? You got I love it. Take your time. Take your time. My message to humanity is do the right thing. And we all know right from wrong. You have to listen to what feels right within, and that's just the righteous state to be in. A lot of times, this matrix society will steer us down the wrong path that can truly delay our greatness, because a lot of times they don't want you to tap into your greatness. They don't want you to tap into the source that's within. How we stated earlier, we are gods and goddesses, and that's like, and I know, and that's why I understand that people get so intimidated by that belief, because it's bold. It's truly bold. But when you realize you are the creator of your life, you are the master of your destiny, and you control how you feel. You control your feelings. So once you shift your mind to abundance, to gratitude, to appreciating your peers, to love, move on love and move towards fear. So now you're gonna be fearless out here. Man, let them know. I just appreciate you so much for creating this space so we can just have this honest dialogue. Of course, like, obstacles will arise every chance we get, but we have to just jump over the hurdles, because that's going to make us stronger and wiser beings overall. I feel like we shouldn't focus so much on anything that is outside of ourselves. We should solely want to nourish our soul and our spirit so we can handle things accordingly, and so we can have healthy relationships. But the most important relationship is the one with yourself. So don't ever forget that.